Hey, what's up guys, it's Brackish Coast. I'm going to go over some differences between a standard M16 style Mil-Spec bolt carrier group from Bravo Company and a LWRC bolt carrier group out of a M6A2. Alright, let's get started. Many of the differences you're going to find are in the bolts and the extractors themselves. You can see here over on the Bravo Company, the Mil-Spec bolt has a pocket for a single large spring that's shorter with a rubber insert. Occasionally there's an O-ring around there. Over here on the LWRC it has two wings and two longer higher tension springs that also have rubber inserts. Now you can see the channel over here that the firing pin rides in has a shelf directly over it, so that's why the spring has to be shorter and wider, because it can't protrude in the firing pin channel, where the wings over here allow the longer higher tension springs to sit off to either side. LWRC is claiming this triples the extractor life of the rifle. On the extractor itself, you can see the notch where it grabs the rim of the cartridge is just roughly the same size as the cartridge, where over on the LWRC it's a much deeper, longer milled out pocket. This allows for more dirt and debris to accumulate before causing a malfunction. You can also see it rides lower towards the rear of the lugs as opposed to right about in the middle of the lugs with the standard Mil-Spec bolt. Another feature on them is the area right here that allows dirt and debris to be channeled away, and you can clear it out through the firing pin channel, where it just has a shelf that it can accumulate here. And here you have the bolt faces of the LWRC on the right and the Bravo Company Mil-Spec bolt on the left. Two points that are prone to failure on a typical Mil-Spec bolt are these two lugs on either side of the extractor. Reason being is they're undercut on either side, so they're only about halfway supported, where over here they're fully supported all the way down each side on the LWRC bolt. You also notice the flat cut for the extractor, so the rear of the cartridge case is not fully supported where it is radiused and fully supported on the LWRC bolt. You'll also notice the groove cut around the edge, around the outer rim of the cartridge, that is not there on the Mil-Spec bolt. This allows for more dirt and debris accumulation without inhibiting the performance of the rifle. Another clearance cut towards the edge of the ejector that does not exist on the Mil-Spec bolt as well. All performance enhancing features. The edge of the firing pinhole is also chamfered on the LWRC bolt as opposed to a 90-degree cut on the Mil-Spec bolt. Another thing to notice is the wear on the cam pins. That's mostly due to the nickel boron coating, but this is over 6,000 rounds and this is right around 1,000. You can see the significant difference in the wear and tear of the metal. Most of the differences you're going to find in the carrier, other than the obvious coating differences, are just piston related things that aren't even necessary on the Bravo Company bolt. The lug here is integrated into the body and is one piece as opposed to a separate gas key like it is on the Mil-Spec bolt. It is contact areas moved rearward to reduce the likelihood of carrier tilt, unlike the first generation LWRC bolts. It's also got these enlarged skids back here to address potential carrier tilt problems. I have over 6,000 rounds through this rifle and there's no signs of carrier tilt to date. Neither one of those features is obviously needed on a DI gun. One of the other differences you'll notice are these angled cuts in here that also aid in channeling debris away. They're not featured on the Bravo Company, but the direct impingement bolts that AIM Surplus is offering right now do feature that. I believe they're calling them the V2 bolts, or bolt carrier groups. So that is something that's working its way into the DI world. Now, may sound like I'm dogging the Bravo Company bolt, but I'm not. The LWRC, I have one of them, and it's my only piston gun. And since I bought it, I have bought several DI guns. Now, I'm not a piston fanboy by any means, clearly, because I'm still buying DI guns. But I just do want to show you that there is, you are getting a lot for that real high price tag on the LWRC. It's not just a piston system and that's it. I mean, the coatings, the machine work, the thought and detail that goes into just about every part on that gun is just truly second to none. And I mean, Bravo Company is clearly regarded as one of the best in the industry as well. And both of these guns have run flawlessly. I haven't had any malfunctions from either one of them. So take that as you will. Clearly I'm not in muddy combat conditions, but I do beat them up when I can. So that's it. Brackish Coast out.